Hi, my name is Katie Weatherup and I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I want to talk to you about some 2-minute guided journeys that I'd like to share with you. Now, the idea with these guided journeys is a lot of times we have a multitude of practices. There's so many good things we could be doing. Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, meditation, space clearing ceremonies. Like, there are a lot of really cool, powerful spiritual practices. But for a lot of us, there's also the time factor. So by the time we use our self-discipline to go to work and brush our teeth and go to the grocery store and handle all the things that we need to, sometimes there's a part of us when we say, okay, and now I'm going to sit down and meditate for 20 minutes or do some other really beautiful practice, that gets kind of tantrumy. That's kind of like, no, I've had too many shoulds and too many have-tos. And anybody who remembers their childhood vividly or who deals with children regularly knows that there are a finite number of make the child do the thing it's not very interested in doing before, badness ensues and full-scale rebellion happens. So one of my personal tricks is to keep a long list of spiritual practices, so when I get into a difficult, grumpy, I'm just having a bad day kind of place, I have a lot of things to pick from, and I can pick the one I hate the least. And it's just kind of a way to play with myself, or I'll do something and say, okay, I'm going to do this for 5 minutes, but if I hate it, then I'll stop. And I have these tricks because there are times when I need the practices the most, when I may be the most dug in and resistant. So what I like about the 2-minute guided journeys is two things. One of them is, it could be something that was approachable. So even on a crazy busy day, you could, pull into a parking lot somewhere, have this on your smartphone and play the MP3 and get the bonus of a little bit of a shift. And what I like about it also is it starts to build a muscle to be able to access some of the things that are really, really helpful. So I want to do a number of different topics, like shifting your vibration. If you're energetically sensitive, you could take a dose of everybody's angry traffic vibe and get really stuck in that note or that vibration. And so coming back to the star being energy or your center really quickly can be really helpful. Or maybe you need something to help you connect with sleeping or clear your energy really fast or calm your instincts. I have 10 different topics that I'm interested in sharing, and the nice thing is every single time you do this little short guided journey, you develop your shamanic muscle. You develop your energetic and psychic muscle that allows you to drop in faster with better results. And so for a lot of people, because we don't get trained in this stuff, we don't get trained in how to manage our energy, even if we're really energetically sensitive and responsive to energy. And so building an ability to shift your energy at need is a really, really nice investment for those of us who are sensitive to energy. And as part of the offering, I'm going to include a longer talk on, hey, what are you talking about with shifting your vibration or space clearing or cord cutting or all these kind of things. So I'll give you some background on why I think this is super supportive for energetically sensitive people and what kind of problems to use the recording in question for, so you can have some background of what you're accomplishing and what your goals are. And then you can use the 2-minute or less guided journey to connect in and to move some energy very quickly. So one thing I want to differentiate is, what's the difference between a guided meditation and a guided journey? And to some degree they overlap, and sometimes they can end up effectively being the same thing. There's a lot of similarities. So with both categories, as I understand them, you're starting to tap into your unconscious wisdom, you're using your conscious intention, you're starting to, it can be a form of self-hypnosis, so there's some really good overlapping similarities. But when I talk about a guided journey, I'm particularly talking about using your intention and your focus to call in the guides that are willing to support you in this. And so for me, with the shamanic worldview, we have all of these helpers and all of these beings that are available to be of service to us in some really powerful ways. But one of the rules of the world that's absolutely sacred, and I think it's a great idea, is that free choice is kind of like the baseline. And so people get to choose. You get to choose whether you call in your guides or you don't call in your guides, or you date the person who is super hot but might not be a super good idea, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of choice available for how we use our energy. And what these guided journeys do is they give you an opportunity to focus your choice and say, I'm calling in these guides to help me, and then they can move on your behalf. And part of the work that I'm going to do, in addition to creating the recording, is setting intention that turning on this recording and listening to it and connecting with it be a bridge to the team of helping spirits that are available to support that particular task. So I'm doing this shamanic journey work to make my words and my intention a gateway, and then when you add your intention and focus by doing the guided journey and participating with it, you tap into this much larger thing. So it gives you not only what you're doing as an energetic intervention on yourself, which is super cool in its own right, but it also gives you the chance to very quickly call in a team of guides to do some very focused work on your behalf. And that's, in my opinion, a really, really cool thing. As humans, we have finite time, energy, etc. and so forth, so if we can leverage the help that's available to us, that can be a really, really wonderful thing. And there are these ways that we work. So for example, you hear somebody often calling in sacred space with a drum or a rattle, because that's been a way that's been used throughout the ages to tell the spirits, hey, we're listening to you now, come and join us, be with us. And similarly, these guided journeys are a way to say, hey spirit, come on in, help me out, work with me. I'm inviting and asking for support around this. And so I'm very excited to share this new tool and to make it available if it's something that resonates for you. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Katie Weatherup, and you can learn more about me on my website, which is handsoverheart.com.